What's up guys? Welcome to this week's video. Today is a new day, a new week. It is Monday 27th of April at 6:13 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, about to start a new week, as I said. It's gonna be a good one. I've got a good feeling about it. Yeah, some of you have been asking to see a week in the life video, so here it is. Stay tuned. It's going to be another busy one. Lots going on. Lots of meetings with suppliers for our Islington project. Got lots of decisions to make there. You know, we've given ourselves 6 months or so to finish the project. Let's see if that happens. So lots of meetings related for that one. Lots of meetings with subcontractors as well on site. We're also on the hunt for a new site as well. So lots of emails, lots of phone calls to be made related to that, to possibly visiting a new site or two as well this week. So let's see if I can arrange it. But yeah, plenty to do. But as I said, I've got a good feeling about this week. Gonna smash it, So yeah, but before we get into that, time for a workout. There's just something about waking up early, especially when it's like nice and fresh like today, and kind of being like one step ahead of everyone else. I mean, I know 6 a.m. isn't that early. I know people who wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. but 6 a.m.'s the sweet spot for me. And yeah, as soon as I'm awake, I just like getting out of bed and just getting on with the day. Not procrastinating. But yeah.
You knock me dead on my feet. How.
Jacob, hey, how you doing? You alright? We can't really push it too much higher. Yeah. Well, so how strong are these other offers? Okay. Well, look, you never know how these things might play out. So, keep us posted and let us know how things progress. The building is going to be vacant in May, right? Right. And from that point, so is the vendor showing a bit of urgency and everything? Okay. Yep. Thanks, Jacob. Oh shit! I forgot to ask him. Let me just ask him that quickly. The top one.
So this is the doorstep that you saw.
These look nice.
Yeah, exactly.
They do. They're advertising other things. So let me give them a call. Things like how far do we want to go? Like you've got your latch. What impact would it have if we moved that wall? This was the window.
Because, door on this side and this side, so it's 2305. But then
this can go down to 750. We've been speaking to Brad about our job. Yeah, so Brad has given us two options for door handles. So it's the AW242. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, look, thanks for that. Yeah, both you and Christine. So that's why we'll do that one. Which you can. Oh, this isn't flush though. This is not flush. Calling a subcontractor to get him to lower his price. Amrit. The price. Okay. You saw did you see the drawing that Nilesh sent you? Yeah. Did you send them a video? Yeah.
I'll show you the video.
No, The deck, the actual metal deck is quite lightweight. It's the concrete that we pour on it afterwards. Have a look at the stuff that we've sent you and come back to us. Come back to us with a better price and a overall fixed price. Okay, thanks. Full day in the office today. Last one here. Everybody else is gone. It's just me. As some of you regular viewers will know, we completed our Enfield project earlier this year, and I'm happy to say that it's now fully occupied with tenants and generating an 8% yield, gross yield, which is great. And it took us only 6 weeks to get it fully rented. We launched on the rental market in February, and within 6 weeks we were able to rent out all 16 flats, which is really great. Well, it's a really strong rental market out there, so yeah, that helps. But yeah, great. But that does mean that we are now actively looking for another site, another project. We're on the hunt. So I spent the morning today speaking with agents, looking through numbers again on a few sites that we're currently looking at. So yeah, that was pretty much my morning. You know, people often ask me how we find our sites. Well, I wish there was like this magic formula to finding sites, but unfortunately there isn't. We scour the internet, we speak to agents, you know, we keep our eyes and ears open just like everybody else. We do have a good track record of delivering projects, so agents do send us stuff, off-market stuff from time to time before they launch on the wider market, but that doesn't really happen too often. I would never dismiss on-the-market opportunities, things you might see on Rightmove. Yeah, I would never dismiss those opportunities. Just because it might be listed at a high price doesn't mean that site will achieve that high number. If there's one thing that I've learned during my time developing, it's that every site, every building, every vendor has its own story, has their own story. And you just never know. You just never know. You don't know if a vendor is hemorrhaging money by holding on to the asset. You don't know if the planning permission is about to expire. The point is, you just don't know. So why not take a chance and just give it a shot? You know, put that lower offer in and see what happens, and keep chasing to show that you're interested. That's exactly what happened to us for our Islington project, actually. We called the agents. Actually, this is even probably taking a step further back, actually. We actually called the number that was on the advertising board, the agent's advertising board that was stuck on the building. So that's proper old school method. But yeah, we just took a chance. So yeah, we've been putting some offers in on some sites that we're interested in, and now it's a bit of a waiting game. But we're continuing to look at opportunities in the meantime. So, you know, let's see what happens there. But yeah, in the afternoon, I was catching up with progress on our project, our Islington project, getting subcontractors to lower their quotes. Just watching that bottom line. We're currently in the thick of it there in that project. We've given ourselves 6 months to complete the rest of that project. So yeah, lots of decisions to make in the next few coming days on that one. So yeah, lots going on. But that's a wrap for today. Neil, hi. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, look, there's really like 50k in it now. Just find out. Look, 25k each. All right, thank you. Cheers. Thanks, Neil. Bye. That's the mic. Sorry, that's the mic. Anyway, I'll give him a call. So we've been playing around with the different textures and finishes and stuff. This was a work in progress version, but this is kind of where we are at, and this is what we want to create. So I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but yeah, that's essentially what we're going for. So yeah, let's see if we can make it happen.
You remember what happened last?
So we are just about to have a meeting with a supplier of bathroom fixtures and fittings for our Islington project. They are called ABI. It's an Australian company, but yeah, their products look quite nice. They've got that sort of luxurious feel to them. So let's see what they've got to say.
Somebody always want to step up to start a feud. It's like setting it off, but not the movie. Plus, let's get some.
Thanks for coming in. Got loads of boxes. Yeah, we've discussed it internally, and I think we're open to the idea of using something like a stone shower tray now. We were going to go with a seamless tile thing.
Yeah.
Which is a really similar finish to the Ellison that you have here.
Great
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, so we're a 50 million turnover business now, UK 100 million Australian dollar turnover. We've been in the UK now for 4 years. And
Schemes of mad cream could be a sad scene when you go to that extreme.
What a gorgeous day. So just thought I'd say a few things while I'm going to grab some lunch. Yeah, as I mentioned, we are on the hunt for a new site. So yeah, just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So the strategy that we are loving at the moment is finding sites, a use class E building that we can convert from commercial to residential using class MA, from commercial to residential. So that gives us that establishes the change of use. And once the use is established, we can further optimize it by taking it through planning or finding a good commercial tenant. And these things can happen in the background while we're already working on the conversion element of the building. So this method allows us to start building straight away. Well, firstly, the application process is also a lot more straightforward. And it's kind of de-risking things for us as well, because we can change the use of the building under permitted development, and it's done in a way where the subjectivity is removed because we don't have to get full planning permission. So it's a kind of clear-cut method of getting that first hurdle out of the way. So we're de-risking things. We're banking that change of use, and then we're able to kind of jump straight into the work as well. And then while we're working on some of the conversion elements of the building, we would have a planning application running in the background. So that's kind of running in parallel with the construction. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for at the moment. Seems to be working quite well for us. You get a little bit of the uplift on the conversion when you're chopping up a building into apartments. So you're creating value there, and you're also creating further value by optimizing the scheme. If you can add further square footage by going up a level or two, or extending to the rear or something, that obviously gives the site a bit more of an uplift. And as you guys are aware, on our Islington project, agreeing terms with a good commercial tenant on a long lease can also increase the value. So that's the kind of thing we're looking for. The commercial tenant thing doesn't always, it's a lot harder to achieve, but certainly the PD angle initially, getting hold of the asset using prior approval as your kind of entry point, and then you're able to switch on to development finance to purchase the building, and then further optimizing the scheme through planning is the way we're doing things. But anyway, yeah, time to get some lunch. What's up? So just finished lunch, and now we are about to start our second meeting of the day. This one is with a kitchen supplier. So they do supply and install, and they're called BV Projects. Very good kitchen supplier. We've worked with them on a number of projects, and they work with a lot of Italian and German kitchen manufacturers. So yeah, the product is really good and yeah, really reliable, and actually quite reasonably priced for the product that we get. So yeah, let's see where we are. But today is about running through some of the kitchen layouts and kitchen designs, making sure we've factored in everything, and then just kind of run through pricing. But yeah, for our Islington project, we're aiming for a very high-end finish. So we're just going to make sure that we've selected everything. Selected all the best materials, and we've got all the kind of bells and whistles on this one. So yeah, so let's see where we're at.
Come on, everybody do the hop, even if you cop.
It's the one with the internal handle, which is built into the door. Okay, it's the most expensive one. So
It just looks quite flat.
Bit
It looks
of
quite
reflection.
flat. Yeah, it looks quite flat.
Do you just buy it like that and then you make it on site?
No.
Where it comes from, Sozo.
It's all manufactured, yes.
But if we did that one, then that could be all Japandi, that bit.
Yeah, that's it.
We wanted it to look like almost like a hotel room kitchen.
Let me go. Let me go, baby. I've already.
What is up? So in case you're wondering what I'm up to, we have recently come across a site in the Camden area, which is on the market. It's listed with a commercial agent. So we've done some checks on the building. It's a used Class C building. It doesn't have any Article 4 restrictions, so we are good to convert it from commercial to resi under Class MA PD. So the site is, just show you guys, it's this building here. I'm not going to tell you guys where exactly it is. It is in Camden area, that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, not in a conservation area. It's not a listed building. But as you can see, the building next to it has another story or two higher. Need to flick it around. There it is. It has the ground floor goes all the way to the back. There's no outside space, but as you can see, the neighbouring building has extended to the rear, and the building to the left here also projects out. So I'm sure we could get something to the rear. But yeah, that's the building. And so what we do after we've identified the building, after we've checked that it's all good for Class MA, what we do is we do a feasibility analysis to check and see what we can get in the building. So these are the existing floor plans. As you can see, the ground floor goes all the way to the rear. First floor, it was all used as offices, so it's an office building, and then there's actually some floor space in the roof level as well, the third floor. So yeah, that's the existing, and then what we do is we run a feasibility study, and we try and see how many PD units we can get. not sure if we're going to go with this exact design, but it's just an initial test to see what we can get on it. So you've got the ground floor 2 units, you've got the first floor, another 2 units, and second floor is identical, and then we've got a larger, well, slightly larger unit on the third floor in the roof space. I've said this before in previous videos, but under Class MA PD, you're not required to provide a unit mix as you would be under full planning. But yeah, so well, this kind of gives you the freedom to design whatever unit sizes you want and whatever mix you want. So because this is in a decent location, you know, we'd be looking to rent these units out, possibly on short-term lets, corporate lets. And so that's why we're trying to see, you know, how many units, well, trying to get as many units in the building as possible. And then once we've got the PD prior approval and established the use, so, well, started works on site and established the change of use from commercial to residential, we will be submitting a planning application to further optimize the scheme. And so this is the planning version. What we would create would be something like these light wells at the back to provide better lighting conditions for the units on the ground floor. I mentioned just before that we could extend on the first and second floor to provide a larger unit, and then because we'd be creating some sort of mansard level on the top, so changing the roof space to create a larger unit. This unit size increases substantially, and also we're hoping to create a sort of balcony roof terrace type of space connected to this apartment, which will be over the extension on the second floor. So yeah, that's pretty much you know, what I'm doing, what I'm looking into. And then once we've understood what we can get in the building, we then plug that all into an appraisal, which looks something like this. Ta-da! And as you can see, yeah, this is the GDV table. We've actually created different options for the different feasibility studies, and yeah, just to kind of analyze different scenarios, whether we had 2 units on the ground floor or 1 unit or 1 larger unit and so on. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. So yeah, watch this space. Anyway, that's a wrap for today.
So we're just waiting for a quote from UK Power Network now.
In the sunshine, everybody loves the sunshine.
So we're heading to our Islington project just to check in on progress, but also we have a meeting with the shop front glazing company that we are using. So yeah, just got to work out a few details with them. Yeah, they asked us to come to site just so we can iron out a few things. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So it's just a quick flyby visit today, then back to the office. Ta-da! Looking beautiful.
Just bees and things and flowers. Just bees and things and flowers.
where's the FFL? Can you just focus here on it? It's 2 meters. So this steel should start 2 meters below FFL.
Basically, you have to pack it up with 55 mil.
You just what did you just measure?
Because remember, we got 25 mil.
It was 929 Backstreet Big City. The sun was going down. There was music all around. It felt so right.
2.4 million. Right, so it's not just they're not just throwing a number around. They've obviously been through it.
You were standing there. There was music in the air. It should have been away, but I knew I'd have to stay.
This might be a column, but is it a column? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Otherwise, why would it be boxed up? So guys, this is the commercial building that we've been looking at recently, the one that we've been doing the feasibility study on and appraising in the background. This is my second visit here. I had a meeting with our structural engineer yesterday, and just to kind of run through what we were thinking about proposing to do on this building. You know, it's a major reconfiguration inside, so having a chat with our structural engineer just helps us understand a bit more about the challenges that we might face with reconfiguring, and that in turn gives us a better idea of the build cost. But yeah, off the back of that meeting, I wanted to pop back in to the building and have another look at just have a look at some of the layout and the structure, and get a feel for some of the load-bearing walls, because we will need to remove some of the load-bearing structures on this one. So we still really like it, but it's priced slightly higher than we would. We have managed to negotiate it down quite a bit from the original asking price, but it's still, a bit higher than we would like. But yeah, ultimately it all comes down to how much we think we can build it for. See if we want to make another best and final bid, increase our offer a little bit, and see what happens. Right, so another mad one today. Got to go all the way to Canary Wharf for a meeting, then head back to the office for to get some stuff done, and then I have a meeting on site in our Islington project with the Sainsbury's team. So and then back to the office again. So it's another mad one.
Be on my moral scale, knowing they gon' sell another Citizen Kane. They think they Orson Welles. Walking Chanel.
So here we are in Canary Wharf. Now I've got to find the exact location of where my next meeting is.
Clears out, faint echoes of Lauryn Hill. I say we gotta talk about us. I feel like Jordan Peele.
I remember when that tower there, one Canada Square, was the only tower here. My dad used to work near the area, so I used to come and visit. But yeah, this place has changed a lot. It used to be really soulless on the weekends, but I'm hearing that's all changed now. But yeah, always interesting to come back here.
So much I'm a hobbyist. Hoes waiting on cinch in the lobby. That boy a lobbyist. Savage got a green card straight out of.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm good.
We're back in the water, actually.
Grab a seat, fresh.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Nah, I'm moving different right now, for real. Like, I feel like.
Alright, why don't you tell my viewers what you guys do?
So Landmark, what we do is
Landmark.
Yeah. So Landmark, what we do is not just property finance. We call it end to end. It's almost like we call it the 360 view. What we try and do
360. It really is a 360 service. Yeah.
From finding a site, how to negotiate, fund, go through. Help. We've got a team that can help discharge conditions. We've got all the professionals we work with, surveyors, QSs, MSs, our lending partners. So we really can. And at the end of the site, depending on what the plan is, either to sell. We've got the estate agency, Landmark Residential. You could sell the site, rent it. It's kind of literally we try and make it 360. Try and make life easy for our clients.
Awesome. There you go. Check them out. Landmark 360. 360 service.
That's a new name. I like it.
Get me back whenever. Or don't.
See you in a bit. So guys, that was a meeting with Gaurav that we just wrapped up. Gaurav's a really good friend of mine. This company is called the Landmark. Yeah, we've been meaning to catch up for some time. He's kind of, I'm a developer, he operates kind of in that space, so yeah, always good to catch up. But yeah, the meeting did run over a bit, and so I'm not going to be able to make it back to the office, so it's now a straight, direct journeys to our site in Islington, where I have a meeting with Sainsbury's. So yeah, let's go. So guys, meeting done with Sainsbury's team. Useful meeting. That's the second meeting we've had with them on site. First one was quite a while ago, so there's been some big changes on site since they were last here. They're impressed. But yeah, lots of stuff to get done for them, lots of stuff to do on site in general. But yeah, nonetheless, it was a very useful meeting, and now back to the office. So I'm now back at the office from site, and I'm just about to jump on a Teams call meeting with our lift manufacturers. So for our Islington project, we are using Otis. So Otis are a big lift company. And we've still got a few last details to iron out before we can press the button and go ahead and move forward with them. So that's what this meeting's about.
Yeah, so in red.
Yeah, we're talking about putting this plate on the flange.
50 mil. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take it. So guys, that's the end of another eventful week in the world of property development. As you could see from my week, that every day is different. Every day brings new challenges and accomplishments. So in that sense, it does really feel fulfilling. And yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way, actually. I've said it before in previous videos, property development is all about problem solving, and every day is full of problems. So in that sense, it makes each day unique. But I hope you guys got a little bit of a glimpse into the world of property development. Obviously, I couldn't document every single thing. That would be insane. But I hope there was enough there for you to gain a bit of insight into what I do and what other developers do. So that's the end of this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you at the next one.